Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome to another insightful tutorial class. Okay, so I thought of it that let me share with you one of my social media posts that I designed for myself because of my brand. Okay, so I'm sharing this with you. Alright, this is very simple and quick one because we have been designing social media flyers, so I'm expecting that this tutorial won't keep long. Alright, so these resources are part of the resources that I gave in the previous video. Okay, and so I will leave a link in the video description just for you to click it to have access to all of these resources. Okay, alright, so I won't waste my time at all. Let's start. Hello, you're welcome. So as a designer, the first thing that comes into your mind is, what can I do to push my brand? What can I do to solve a problem particularly? So the main reason why I did this particular flyer is that I thought of it that this year I want to be active on social media. I want to do more of posting so that I will reach my target audience. So if you are a church leader, or if you are a pastor, or you are maybe a designer over here, you can also design a social media post for your brand or for your church. Okay, just pick a quotation and then you do that. Maybe by the end of this particular class I will do one of a church post. Okay, so first thing, let's select our new document, go to file. Okay, come to file, or if you open your document, your Photoshop for the first time, just hit on to file here, come to new. Okay, and then once you click on new, you're setting it to social media sizes. Okay, so make sure this will be maybe a Saturday post, so I will shorten it and make it sat post. Okay, something like this, and then set the unit to 1080. Okay, 1080 the height, resolution 300, color mode RGB. All right, so this is Saturday post or Saturday design or something. Okay, then you go ahead and click on create. All right, so once you click on create, it takes you to this place, and over here let's set the rulers right. So I've told you how to set rulers. All right, so this shouldn't be difficult at all. Okay, so let's set the rulers right. All right, depending on how you want your design to be. Okay, we may even change the rulers as we move on. Okay, so the first thing is to bring in the background. Now we are not going to use any solid color for this particular design. Okay, so let's go into our resources and bring in this one, the green one. Okay, so let's bring in that one to Photoshop. Okay, so let's allow it. You can also use place embedded to do that. Okay, so once you place it, let's expand it or enlarge it so that we won't see some dark thing over here. We won't see it. So I think something like this is okay. Double click to accept it, and you could see from our first design, you could see the color looks like a purple color. Okay, but looking at this, it's green. So what we are going to do is we are going to apply hue and saturation. And with hue and saturation, I've told you that in the previous video, what we will do is still select this green image, go to image. Okay, come to image here, click on the image adjustment, and then look in for hue and saturation. The shortcut form is Control U, Control plus U. Okay, hue and saturation. All right, so you can move it, or you can just bring it here so that you can see the effect on your background. Okay, so the first thing is the hue. We are going to set the hue to some like 180. Okay, 180, because we needed something. I think 180 like this, it will not be bad. Okay, and then the next thing is the huge. Let's set the huge to so it is the huge that we set it to, the saturation rather. Let's set it to 72. Okay, 72. Okay, or 73. I think this is too much. Okay, so let's bring it to 70 or something. I think we may come and do any changes. All right, and then let's come to the lightness. Okay, let's set the lightness to 28, and then let's increase the hue and saturation. So I think 80 won't be bad. This one to, yes, I think something like this won't be bad at all. Okay, all right, so I think let's reduce the lightness. Okay, so something like this, so you could see the background has changed. So let's increase this. So what you do is you go ahead and click on, so check the numbers well. So 180 for the huge, saturation is 73, the lightness is 28. When you are okay, you go ahead and click on okay. All right, so the next thing that we'll do is we have to add a little bit of maybe brightness. Okay, just to reduce the brightness. So what we'll do is go to the same image, adjustments, and then levels, or Control L for short. Okay, then we are going to reduce this to something like 92. Okay, or 93 or 96. I mean, this is quite okay. And all right, so we have added two things. We added saturation and then levels. Okay, or you can add levels and saturation anyhow you want to do it. And then the next background that we'll do is this background. Okay, the pathway. All right, so I'll bring it onto Photoshop. Okay, and then try to expand it. Alternate, you press alternate on the keyboard, alternate to enlarge it. Okay, I think this is beautiful. Okay, so I'm okay with this. Then I will set the blending mode over here. Set the blending mode. Okay, from where the normal is, the layer side, set the blending mode to soft light. Okay, and then we are reducing the opacity to, we want the opacity to be very low. Okay, something like 16 or 17 is okay. All right, so we are done with our background. Let's group the two, the pathway and then the abstract. Okay, select the two. You cannot select this one. Okay, select only these two. Control G to group them, double click, and then let's name them as background. Okay, background. Excellent. Hey, I didn't spell my background well. Okay, so background, let's background, I think that's all. Okay, so the next thing that we will do is to create is to bring in our image. Okay, first let's bring in the image. Okay, so let's go to Photoshop and then bring in this particular image. Where is it? Okay, because it's Saturday, so we needed something refreshing. Okay, the main reason why I changed the background color is as a result of the image. Okay, so it is the image that made me change the background, because so that the background will match with the image. Okay, so let's reduce it like this and bring it here. Okay, let's bring it somewhere here. I think this is perfect for me. Okay, I think the image is beautiful. Okay, so it's okay. And then what we'll do is let's create a rectangle where we will bring in our social media handles. Okay, so go ahead and click on rectangle. Okay, rectangle, and then you draw your rectangle here. Okay, something like this. Very nice. I think this is okay for me. Then let's change the color of this background, the color of the rectangle, okay, by using the fill or any of these. So we don't need the fill color. Okay, so we can pick this color. Okay, if you want to check the color, just use this color picker, click it, and then check the color. So the color is A9326A, A9326A for the rectangle. Okay, or you can just pick it from any of the backgrounds here. Okay, or put in the color code just to save yourself. Okay, so we go ahead and click on OK. Okay, so we don't need this rectangle, I think, the property. So when we are done with this, I think this is okay for us. And then if you check in our design, you can see that there is this rectangle or these three colors down here. Let me show you how I did that. Okay, so let's remove this line or the ruler. Okay, just click on the ruler and then go. Then let's shift this down. Okay, and then let's select the background. Okay, and then draw in the shape. So be very careful over here. So I drew the rectangle, which is something like this. Okay, just measure your rectangle. Okay, and then I change the color. So the first color is, let's select the color picker, and then let's put in this color code FDA957, FDA957. So this particular color, I chose it from the face, okay, the skin color. So go ahead and select your move tool, and then now you can move it and bring it down. Okay, something like down. Okay, or you can shift it down a little bit. Okay, so let's expand this rectangle so that it will meet. Yes, so I think this is okay for me. All right, then let's copy the rectangle again, the same rectangle. Let's copy, Ctrl J, and then press on forward, just shift it forward. Now come to your layer side. You could see that the rectangle, the one that we copied, is on top. So change the color. So click on this thumbnail, click here. Okay, let's to change the color. So let's put in this color code for the second one, 7F0303, 7F0303, 7F0303. Then we come to the layer side and then bring it down so that it will be like it is under the first one. So let's shift it here, something like this. All right, so what we'll do next is, you could see that the rectangle is under the image. Okay, so let's bring the two rectangles on top of the image. Okay, good. And then what we'll do again is, let's copy the same rectangle. Let's zoom in so that we'll see our work. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll copy the same rectangle again, Ctrl J. Okay, and then shift it forward. All right, then we'll just click on this thumbnail again to change the color, double click, and let's put in this color code 84F949. So I picked all the colors around and then I played around with it. So you could see that it's quite greenish. Okay, so you put in the color code, check the color code very well, click on OK, and then now you can just shift it and bring it here. Okay, so I want this one, the one that we just copied, down. Okay, good, something like this. So you could see that they are not straight. So let's select all the three rectangles and then align them horizontally. Okay, so aligning them horizontally is perfectly right. Okay, I think I like it this way. So this is how I did the work. Okay, so you select all them, then you can shift it down a little bit, so something like this is okay. Let's bring this one to down. Okay, yes, I think something like this. This is fine for me. Okay, this is fine. So make sure that the rectangle, this one will close. So let's group the rectangle, the three. Okay, and then control G to group it, control G to group. All right, so that the rectangle will meet this, the one that we drew, this one, it will be in line with this. The edges will meet. Have you seen that there is no spacing in between? Okay, all right. So now that we are done with this, we can even go ahead and bring in our social media handles. Okay, just to save ourselves from time. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in the social media handles. Okay, and so bringing in the social media, there was something like a quote. Of course, I would like us to do that. So let's go in for the text tool, and then we are using Poppins. Okay, this particular flyer, we are using Poppins. Okay, and then we set the size to, let's type in 7 there. Okay, just activate your character, and we are using, the color is white, the same white. I think this is okay. And then let's go ahead and type. Okay, so this is my slogan for this particular year. Okay, we love to see your brand grow with us, EGD. Trust us. Now you could see that you are not seeing anything. I will tell you why you are not seeing it. So let's go ahead. Let's wait for it to finish loading. Okay, and then let's press up. You can see my text is not showing. Okay, so it is down. So come to the layer side, you realize that the rectangle, so let's bring it here so that the rectangle will come down and then the text will be on top. Okay, excellent. So let's change the size. Okay, so the size is too big, so let's pick 6. All right, 6 is also too big, so let's pick something like 4. Okay, depending on, we love to see your brand. Okay, so we love to see your brand grow with us. Okay, so let me reduce the size again. It looks so big for me, so I think let's pick 2 and see. Okay, or 2.5. So whilst you are doing, you can also check the sizes. Let's copy this, then let's bring in the social media handles. So you know, F is for Facebook, T is for Twitter, Y is for YouTube, C is for Instagram, and I is for LinkedIn. So I am in all the social media handles. Okay, all the social media platform, I'm there at Edward Amoakun. So the same white color, let's bring it here. Okay, and let's copy this again, bring it here, and then we are going to write our name at Edward. Okay, all in small caps, at Edward _ Amoakun. Okay, yes. So please, you can put in your social media there. Okay, you can put your social media there. I think the same size. Okay, so let's align the social media together with the name. Okay, vertical, something like this. Okay, and let's align this text as well. Let's align it. No, let's align it down. Okay, something like this. I think this is beautiful. I like it this way. Okay, So let's zoom out, and then let's group the social media. Okay, we love to see the handles and then the name, and then let's name this as social media handles. Okay, you can see that I love to group my work. Okay, it helps your work to be uniform. And then when we are done like this, I did some magic here, so you could see that this is our brand. So one thing I want us to do is to reduce the opacity. So let's come here, let's reduce the opacity of this particular design. Okay, so that's the rectangle that I've selected. Come to the opacity and then reduce the opacity. Okay, reduce the opacity to something like, I think 85, or yes, 80 won't be bad. I think 80 is okay. Okay, and then what we are left is, let's bring the Saturday. Okay, so the font that I use for this one is Gotham. Okay, don't forget Gotham. It's very simple. We are not going to Gotham Black. Now Gotham Black is the same as, so there is this font that I added to one of our works. We call it Metropolis. Okay, so when you see Metropolis, is the same as the Gotham Black. Okay, don't be confused. I just wanted to explain this. Metropolis is the same as the Gotham Black. Okay, all right, so let's go back to our work. All right, so these are the fonts. All right, so make sure you select Gotham Black. The font size, let's pick 6 and C, and then let's type in, this is small. Okay, Saturday. All right, so it means that we have to increase this Saturday. Okay, Saturday. I don't know if my Saturday is right. Okay, and then let's increase, let's pick something like 16. Okay, and see, I think 16 is okay. 16 will be better for us. Okay, so what we will do is to copy this Saturday. Yeah, let's copy the Saturday, and then let's bring the copy one. Okay, bring the copy one under the image. Please listen, select the copy and bring it under the image, and then the one on top, set the fill color, change or set the fill color to 0. Okay, and then go and add the same fill to 0, then come to the layer side, the FX. Okay, select the FX, and then we add stroke to it. The reason why we are adding stroke is that the stroke helps to bring out the work. Okay, good. So something like this is perfect. There are so many ways of doing this, but I love using this particular format. So we are done with the Saturday. So what we'll do next is the one down. Okay, the one down is the one that we didn't apply any stroke. So copy it and then press down like this. Okay, and then select it, because the reason why I press down is that I wanted it to be out before I can use my move tool to pick it out. Okay, all right, so what we are going to do is to write the text. So let's go and check the text. When you focus on the good, okay, so you can write it, when you focus on the good gets better. Okay, so let's write that. So for you to, let's change from Gotham Black and pick something like this particular text. I use Poppins for it. Okay, so I use the Poppins for the writings. Okay, so let's use Poppins for the writings. Okay, and then set this to 6. 6 is too big, so let's pick 3. Okay, and then let's write the text. It says that when you focus Okay, when you focus on the good, the good gets better. Okay, so that is life for you. I think that's it. When you focus on the good gets better. Okay, when you focus, I think let's on the good. So let's check this out. The good, yes, something like this. So that the reason is that so that everything, it will, some won't go to the hand of the lady. Okay, so 3 is okay for me. All right, 3 is okay for me. And then let's try to add something beauty over here. Okay, so let's select this text. I'm going to add some shape, change the fill color to white. Okay, and then let's do some magic here. Right, let's try to see some magic. Let's see something like you are trying to underline it or something. Okay, if it is not beautiful, we can leave it. So let's leave it like this. So this is okay for me. All right, and then what the one more thing is bringing the logo here. Okay, so this one is going to be your logo. So if you have your logo, you can put it here just like my own. Okay, so I'm writing logo here. Okay, so here is going to be your logo. Okay, so let's copy this again. This is going to be our happy. Okay, and with the happy, I use the font. You already know the font. The font is Orthographia. Okay, and Orthographia comes in typeface. Okay, so let's pick 9. Okay, then bring it here. Make sure that it will be aligned with the Saturday and change the color and come and pick anything from the face. Okay, let's pick the color from the skin. Okay, I think the color from the skin will be fine. Let's play along with the color. All right, I think the black is too big for me, so I think this is okay, something like this. If you think it's too big, you can come and pick the rectangle. Okay, the color of the first rectangle. Okay, this one, this particular rectangle. Yes, so you can pick the color from it. So let's pick the black and see. I think the black is okay now that we have changed the color. Good. And the last thing that I did is I did some brightness to the image. Already you know how to do that. All right, so I select the image, come to my layer side, added, you see the splice, there is a plus here, click on it, add a layer, and then come and go and select your brush tool. Here is the brush tool. Once you select the brush tool, come up here, there is setting up here. Make sure that you set the sizes to 9. I think yes, 700 won't be bad. Now let's try to reduce the opacity small to 80. Okay, and then change the foreground color. There is a color down here, the black and then white, the top one, which is the top one, which is the black. Click on it and change the color, or you can pick the color here. All right, go ahead and try to increase it small. Okay, and then click on the face or where the hand is, somewhere here. Okay, something like this. And then what we do is come to your opacity here, then set it to, or come to the normal and set it to screen. Okay, so what we'll do next is try to reduce the opacity of the screen. Okay, something like this won't be bad. Okay, beautiful. This is the end of the video, so we are not going to waste my time, as I said. So something like this is fine. So when you are done, what you are supposed to do is to save your work. Okay, so I've told you how to save it. Go to file, and then let's export it. Come to export, there's another way, and then come to export as. Okay, and let's wait for it as it is loading. Okay, so it will come. Let's give it some time. So please, if I have gone fast, take your time, watch the video over and over again, pause it, take your time and do it. We want the work to be in JPEG. Okay, and then let's set it to great or maybe excellent, because I want the quality. Okay, so when you are done with this, check your sizes, everything is okay, then go ahead and click on export. Now, because when we were designing, we saved it. Okay, we saved, so just save it onto where you have your work. Okay, so let's save it here. Okay, save, and let's go back and see our work. Let's go back and see it. Okay, so beautiful. So there is the work. Let's open it and see. Okay, so please don't forget, you like the video, you drop a comment. If you don't understand anything, please ask. Okay, that is why I am here to help. Okay, the resources is already in the link. Click on the link to have access to it. All right, okay, so this is our design. Let's wait for it. As it is loading, you will see that because we saved or we exported it as great, so the image looks so sharp. Okay, so let's wait. Beautiful. So you can save this and then try to share. Okay, just share it on your social media and platforms. Okay, to engage your audience. Okay, so please design the same thing. The only thing that you do is that put your social media handles over there. Okay, and then send the work on WhatsApp. If you have a logo, you can also put it there. All right, so until we meet again, bye.